Yeah, this is Fussy. This is Disabled Diaries. No, my disability is not my ears. I know they're huge. They're just, okay. Let's just put it right out there because there's no hiding them. Me and Dopey. You know what? It used to always be a Dumbo thing, but no, it's a Dopey thing. So, anyways, I've got no makeup on. I'm not gonna apologize for it. Oh well. Not like it's gonna help. Anyways, this is Disabled Diaries, and this is what I want from you. I want you to tell me what your disability is. I want to know what you struggle with. Do you have setbacks? I want to know if there are people there for you or there are organizations. I want to know how your caregivers are. I kind of struggle with the caregiver part because I have aides that come in every day. On the most part, they've been wonderful. But I've had a few. Oh my gosh, man. We ended up naming one Hitler. Okay, we didn't. I did because, yeah, she just kind of... she thought she owned me. But that's a real struggle to get somebody who... you want them to really know you and to know what your needs are. Okay, I don't get up and walk. I have a whole bunch of other issues. I'm on 21 medications. So, are you going to come in and do simple things like make my bed when I'm up? You're going to sweep the floor. Let's see. If there are any dishes, okay, I'm OCD. Just so you know, I'm OCD. Everything's going to be perfectly in place. When you come in and I've got a dish here because maybe I ate later than I normally did, but it's here. I can't, I can't, I'm not getting up and walking it up to the kitchen and putting it in there. So when you come to my house and you're cleaning up in my room, which really doesn't take a lot of cleaning, are you going to pick up my dishes? Guess what? I have to mention things. And if I have to mention things, I have issues with that. I don't think it's wrong. I finally kind of got a voice. Sorta. I don't like letting them go because I don't want to be the bad guy. So I always say, no, you do it. I tell somebody else to do it. I know. That's terrible. But I have, on occasion, had to call and say, listen, this isn't a fit. Can't do it anymore. So I want to know, what are your struggles with your disability? I thought kind of knowing my DNA was going to just be, I don't know, like knowing that I had gene 3A or HSP was going to just really enlighten me and be able to, okay, we're making progress. No, that is progress. Don't get me wrong. It's taken a lot of scientists a lot of years. I was born with this. I'm 65, so I've had it a long time. And I remember them from the Mayo Clinic. They wanted to do blood work. We were living in California then, and I'm in upstate New York now. Pray for me. But anyways, I'm in upstate New York, but I was living in California at the time. My children were small. And back in those days, I remember them saying, well, your children wouldn't have it. They could be carriers, and they could, if anybody would have it, would be your grandchildren. My kids were little. So guess what? They grew up. They got married. They had kids. They didn't remember any of that stuff. And I don't really think that's a part of irresponsibility. It's just, it was such a rare disorder. Not as rare as it is today, but it's still a part of NORD, the National Organization of Rare Disorders. So, then my daughter had children, and her first two had hereditary spastic paraparesis, just like me. Landon was diagnosed at 3, Maddie at, I think, 5. It crushed me. Guess what? It still does. I still feel responsible for passing that on. Everybody says, no, it wasn't your fault, it wasn't your fault. But kind of, sort of, it is. And you beat yourself up, you do. I mean, anybody who loves their children, and I worship my grandchildren. I had 2 kids that had 8 grandchildren. Jeez, what happened there? And 1 great-grandchild. I have a great-grandson. He rocks. For some reason, they won't let me hold him very often, but, you know, that's I don't know if it's just because I'm the crazy old lady in the house, but anyways. So now I know which aspect of this disorder I have. What are we going to do with it? We tried Botox injections, me and the kids. Just to break my heart, they wouldn't go in and have them. We'd kind of do it together. And then sometimes when they had Botox injections, which are like in your calves and your hamstrings, I would go in because it would take 2 people to hold them down to give them the Botox. And they hurt. And they never worked. We wore leg braces. My grandson wore leg braces to the point where it deformed his feet. And now he's got steel rods in all but his big toe. And he's got bunions because the way he walks, he has to have bunion surgery on each one. I'm better barefoot.